Enjoy!
Come on, go closer.
Isa pa. Kanina ba itong ano?
We're on the horse.
Asa Trisha? Trisha?
Matisi.
Patricia?
I see the horses.
Dito pa, isa pa.
Kumar, sasakay. Okay, Kumar, and then I'll take your photo.
I see the horses.
The palace of the Governor General. No president, only Governor General. That's why somebody's passing this area, they said, may lakan dyan, may lakan dyan. Malacan is the highest rank.
May tae.
That's why they call it Malacanang. Now Malacanang is the resident of the president.
Sa ano, Malacanang?
Kasi, maulit mo sa akin eh. Ayan, yung Palacio del Gobernador, ma'am.
Is that General MacArthur?
No!
No.
Miguel Lopez de Legazpi. And you see the plaza.
Yeah, my hands are full.
The name of the plaza during the Spanish time is Plaza Mayor. That's the center of the bull fighting and the cock fighting before.
Alright. Merong
Plaza
cockfighting?
de Toro. This arena. Here, ma'am, the plaza. Meron pa. Doon sa Laloma. Oh. It was converted to a park in 1797. Then he put the statue of the Spanish millionaire King Carlos IV, who bring the vaccine from chickenpox. But in 1901, Plaza McKinley, because the President of United States of America in 1901 is William McKinley.
Right,
But now they call it Plaza de Roma, because it was honor to the Sacred Heart of the Cardinal of College of Rome. And Manila Cathedral is similar to St. Peter of Rome. There's a catacomb inside. There's an underground cemetery. All the cardinals in the Philippines buried underground. The first Filipino cardinal is Rufino Santos, and the last Verdes Cardinal Sin. On the left side, during the Spanish time, they call this the Ayuntamiento Casas Consistoriales. The city council before, the city hall. But now it's a Bureau of Treasury. You know, all here destroyed in Second World War. When Marcos renovated all of this place in 1979, then he put the law, the PD 1616. If you want to build a house or a building, only Spanish structure is allowed to build here. No other. During the Spanish time inside Intramuros, we have 7 churches, 6 schools. The government office, the palace, the military camp, Fort Santiago, the Aduana, the customs, and the hospital. All inside the city before. And this is the second oldest Manila Cathedral, 1581. The history of Manila Cathedral is 7 times its structure destroyed. First by fire, typhoon, mostly an earthquake in 16th to 18th century, and last destroyed in Battle of Manila in Second World War. Rebuilt the church in 1953 to 1958. The government of Japan donated 60,000 bags of cement, and also the American to rebuild Manila Cathedral. You know that the Spanish invaded Intramuros in June 24, 1571 by Miguel Lopez de Legazpi. Today is the Manila Day.
Birthday niya.
And our first independence to the Spanish was June 12, 1898. That's why the Spanish colonized Intramuros for 333 years. First attack Intramuros by the Chinese pirates in 1574. They almost burned Intramuros. They used the bow and arrow with fire. That's the group of Limahong.
Oh, right.
Because Manila based very near. Then the British. The British was here in 1762 to 1764. 2 years. Then the American, 1901. 50 years. The Japanese in 1942 to 1945. 3 years. You see the Palacio del Sana? The Colonial House during the Spanish time. Where the visitors stay before. That's the hotel. But now it's a warehouse of a Chinese. Because outside is only a replica. Inside, they can do anything they wanted to. And that's the Chinese Museum. Bahay Chinoy.
Nag-inject.
You will know the history of Chinese inside because the first immigrant in the Philippines was the Chinese. During the 1400, Chinese was here. That's why the earliest Chinatown in the world is outside the world. 1593. They moved in Binondo in 1650.
Oh, I remember.
You see the memorare of Manila. All victim of Japanese, men, women, children, baby, that is a mass grave. They start killing the civilian in February 3 up to March 3. For 1 month, the victim is 100,000 massacre during the Japanese occupation.
Oh my.
And the site of Coleo de Santa Isabel in 1632 is here, this parking space. 16. They move already ng Top Avenue. And one of the church, this is San Ignacio in 1878. You see the under renovation. Destroyed Second World War. Now it's under renovation. The church of the three martyr priests, Gombursa, Gomez, Burgos, Zamora. The three martyr priests was been hanged using the garrote in front of the Filipino in Bagong Bayan in February 17, 1872. This is a Jesuit Church. Oi, oi, oi. Jesuit Church. This is the site of Ateneo de Manila, 1817. You see the picture of Ateneo before? Here. Stood here before. Destroyed in Second World War. You know, have you heard the name Jose Rizal?
Yes.
Jose Rizal studied elementary
The hero.
in Ateneo de Manila. Because he was a scholar by the Jesuit priest. The first man against the Spanish. He did not use sword or gun, he used only pen. He wrote 2 novels,
Wow.
El Filibusterismo and No Limitangere. In English, Touch Me Not. And you see the wall. The wall was built 1603. That's why they call Intramuros Walled City. It's surrounded by wall.
Oh.
Walled city within the wall. Within the wall is Intramuros. The meaning of Intramuros, intra inside, muros is wall. Inside the wall. It's a 64 hectares, 4.5 kilometers. Outside the wall during the Spanish time, it's surrounded by a moat. A bridge is a drawbridge up down like a fortress before. You see the original wall.
Oh.
The name of the stone is adobe. Not adobo, adobe.
Adobe.
It's a volcanic rock.
Volcanic.
There's no cement, you see. No cement during the Spanish time. They used the egg white and honey before.
Egg white and honey.
You know, it took 250 years to complete the wall. Destroy, renovate, destroy, renovate. And this is the provincial house of the Augustinian priest in 1895. There's a bridge before going to the convent, destroyed by fire in 1932. 1933, Adamson University, destroyed in Second World War. Now, renovate, it's a replica. The owner is a Chinese businessman, ECJ, Eduardo Cuanco Jr. You know him? Landing Cuanco?
Yeah, yung may-ari ng Gustan.
Yeah. He's one of the owner of San Miguel Beer.
All right.
The Casino Corazon Aquino. The Galeria de los Presidentes de República Filipinas. The 16th President of the Philippines. We start to Emilio Aguinaldo. Manuel L. Quezon, Laurel, Osmeña, Rojas, Quirino, Magsaysay, Carlos P. Garcia, Diosdado Macapagal, the father of Gloria Macapagal Arroyo. Marcos, 21 years president, People's Power. You know his wife? Imelda.
Marcos.
Then Corazon Aquino, the mother of Noy Noy Aquino, the second to the last. And the 5-star General Ramos, the action star Estrada, the mayor of Manila now. Then Gloria Macapagal Arroyo, Noy Noy, and the drug buster
Duterte.
Sa si Duterte.
Ayun,
Sa,
hindi ko ba eh.
the last
Kulang sa
one.
ilong.
Yung pinakahuli.
Yes, ma'am.
The drug buster.
The-
Yung pinakahuli.
Yes, sir. Move a little forward.
Ivan,
Move a little forward.
Yan para mabalance.
Yes. Hey, ma'am. Kasi nakagano na yung horse natin. Oh, eh.
come closer to the front.
Okay. Aso.
The-
Kasi maliit eh. Kala aso.
Duterte.
And you see this ruin? In 1901, they named this place the PC Barracks, the Philippine Constabulary during American period, the barracks of the American soldiers. In 1904, the American teach and trained the Filipino how to be a soldier. That's why they stood here, the Army training, the Philippine Military Academy,
Oh.
PMA. They moved in Baguio in 1908. Maybe it's too small or maybe it's super hot in Manila. That's why they moved in the mountain. But during the Spanish time, Cuartel de Santa Lucia, the office of the Guardia Civil Veterana, and the house of the Artillery de la Montano, the Spanish Guard and the Spanish soldier before. Yes. And you see this white building at the right side? In 1684, it used to be the convent of the nuns. They call it the Beaterio de la Campaña de Jesus. The convent of the religious woman. The convent of Mother Ignacia del Espiritu Santo. She's a Chinese mestiza from Binondo. And this is the Jesuit compound. The convent of the Jesuit priests. Where our national hero, Jose Rizal, stay here, dorm here. Because he was a scholar by the Jesuit priests. That's why during the Spanish time, priests and nuns. When the priests look at the window, the nuns say, "Good morning, pare." Now this is
Good
the
morning,
Light and
pare.
Sound Museum and the University of City of Manila now. And this is the Baluarte de Santiago Garden. They put here the watchtower, the lighthouse, facing to the bay. This is facing to the bay. They can see the galleon passing to Manila Bay. The watchtower is here. Yeah.
Wow, there it is. No.
That's they put there the watchtower. But during the Japanese occupation, this is the headquarters of the Japanese. And Intramuros is their garrison. And the watchtower, that's the prison cell of the American and Filipino soldiers. When the waters get up, they drop. That's the torture chamber. But now it's a wedding reception. Meron po event eh. Andiyan po ngayon si Mayor Advanza. Yes. There's an event. Yan po yung mga... Hindi, pwede po. Kaya lang eh, 10 minutes.
Babalik nyo lang dito.
Oo, puntahan nyo na lang mamaya. Kaya lang,
Lugar ito.
Baluarte de Santiago. Kaya lang, mas maganda yung Fort Santiago puntahan.
What's down there?
That's the Japanese cannon.
Oh.
Inside is the Japanese cannon. It's facing to the bay. Muralla means big wall. Mural.
Moral.
And you see the original wall. There's a bullet hole here.
Here.
Pang pang pang. Pong pong pong.
Oh.
Pang pang pong pong.
American Japanese war. Bullet holes are still in the wall.
And they
Yeah,
have
oh.
a soda.
That's adobe.
Adobe wall.
Attack!
These are bullet walls.
No. The American plane dropped the bomb here. Destroy all here. Because the Japanese is all inside. And World War II. Puerto Real and Rebellion de Real de Bagong Bayan. Oh, the royal entrance. Only the rich and the governor general using that entrance exclusively and occasionally going to the village of the Filipino people they called before Bagong Bayan. But now they call it Rizal Park, where our national hero, Jose Rizal, was been executed in front of the Filipino in December 30, 1896. Only the Spanish live here. The Filipino is outside. That's why the Spanish call their villages Intramuros. Yeah.
Ayos si tatay.
Oh, the horse didn't stop. Almost.
Because they know I have a air brake.
Air brake.
And that's the one of the church with the flag. That is Lourdes Church and Convent in 1891. And this is the Department of Labor and Employment. If they have a legal demands in their work, they demand here. Protesting salary increase.
Salary increase.
Yeah. And Baluarte de San Andres. This is where the Spanish making guns and bullets, the armory, the gunpowder storage, the bomb-proof arsenal. But now it's a police detachment.
This is
At the left side,
the original armory here.
yeah,
And now it's tourist.
police detachment.
Police.
Police detachment.
Police.
And the site of the biggest church inside Intramuros before, Recoletos Church and Convent in 1606, as known as San Sebastian Church, destroyed in Second World War. Now this is a publishing of English newspaper, Manila Bulletin.
Oh, that's the Manila Bulletin now?
Yes, sir. You know why we have 7 churches inside Intramuros
Why?
during the Spanish time? Because 5 missionary priests came here. The Augustinian priest, Dominican priest, Jesuit, Recoletos, and Franciscan priests. They built their own church and convent. Every 300 meters before, church.
Oh,
But when the American, maybe they started here the Visita Iglesia. Yeah. But when the American came in 1901, the American built a new structure, like the Manila Hotel in 1912. The highway, the railroad, the highway is Cross Boulevard now. Before they call it TV Boulevard. And EDSA, they call it Highway 54. And the public school. The first public school built by the American is Philippine Normal College in 1901. The second one is Manila High School in 1906. The third one is University of the Philippines. 1908 they call it UP Manila. Because for 333 years, the Spanish teach us religion. Christian Mestizo can study inside. The Filipino they call us Indio, slave. There's a discrimination during the Spanish time. But when the American came, they teach us how to read and how to write. Education. They send 100 Filipino people to the United States of America to be a professional. If they want to be a doctor, nurses, engineer, architect, all the courses they want to take. When they come back here, they spread education to their Filipino fellow men. That's why the Spanish, religion, the American, education. But when the Korean came in 2008, the Korean teach us Gangnam Style.
Gundam style!
And this is one of the best engineering schools. Mabuhay. They call the Massachusetts of the Philippines. Philippine, yes sir, MIT. But before the site of San Francisco Church in 1578. And the right side, during the Japanese occupation, they called it the Bartolina, a jail. No food, no drinks until death. But now it's a food court for students. Yeah. This is a canteen. Because this is a university. and one of the private school, Lyceum of the Philippines University. In 1578, they stood here, the biggest hospital inside Intramuros before. Hospital de San Juan de Dios. Destroyed, now it's in Pasay. And here,
That's
one
it,
of the
Adi.
original entrance, Puerta del Parian.
They known for baby.
In 1593, the Chinese merchant lived and built their houses outside the wall in Aroseros. Because there's no market inside. If they want to buy their clothes, food, jar, portrait outside in Chinatown. The population of Chinese is start for 2,000 Chinese people. But it gets bigger and bigger and bigger. Until 1600, the population of Chinese became 10,000. Same to the population of the Spanish. That's why the Spanish are afraid they might be overpopulated with the Chinese. That's why the Spanish burned their houses 7 times. All the Chinese uprising, before they got in, all the cannon at the top of the wall pointed to them, facing to them. That's why the leader of the Chinese negotiate with the mayor of the Spanish. They asked the king. The king said, across the river, you see the tall building over there?
Yeah.
You see the 168, 999, Lucky Chinatown. They moved in Binondo in 1650. That's why the earliest Chinatown in the world, Puerta del Parian, 1593. The biggest Chinatown in the world, you see the condominium Chinese. See the condominium Chinese?
Oh.
Binondo. Because the population of Chinese in the Philippines is already 20 million.
20 million.
And the earliest, the biggest, and the richest man in the Philippines, Chinese. And this is the second oldest university in the Philippines. Since 1620 is here. Original site, original structure, only at the back destroyed during the Second World War. Colegio de San Juan de Letran, 1620. The oldest university is University of Santo Tomas, also here before. Where our national hero, Rizal, finished his medicine. But they moved already in España, Sampaloc in 1927. The third one is Santa Isabel, 1632. The fourth one is Santa Catalina, 1633. Besides Letran, but now they are already co-ed. The fifth one is Colegio de Santa Rosa, 1750, and Ateneo de Manila, 1817. 60 schools, 7 churches during the Spanish time. And this is the city jail during the Spanish time. See the city jail. You know the shape of Manila during the 1000? It looked like a pan. The tail of the pan is the Pasig City. The rim of the pan is Pasay, and this is facing to North Harbor. Makati before is a swamp. Guadalupe is the cliff, where they quarry all the stone in Guadalupe, the adobe, the volcanic rock. And Quezon City and Caloocan is the forest before. 100 years pass, the waters get down, the lands get up, because they're throwing the mud and the sand to the land. It's reclaimed. All is a reclamation. That's why only one city before. Only Intramuros. The population inside Intramuros is only 10,000 Spanish people. But now we have 17 Metro Manila now. The population now in Manila is 23 million.
Wow.
But when the Americans surveyed the Philippines in 1903, the population in the Philippines was only 7 million. But now, 110 million is the population. This is the Bureau of Immigration if you want to extend your vacation. And this is the aduana. You know aduana is? The customs house. Because at the back of this building is already the Pasig River. That's the first port of Manila. Only the galleon trade of Mexico stayed there before, docked there. And all the trade they bring, the customs is here. You see the grill, no welding. The wall, no cement. This is a 1823, the customs house.
Wow.
And this is the King of Spain. This is Felipe Rey Segundo or King Philip II. Pilipinas.
Oh.
When American came. Philippines.
Hmm.
Philippines. The name of the island, Philippines, named after the King of Spain. King Philip.
So he's a Filipino. No.
No.
Spanish.
Name.
Oh, they just picked his name. So before they name it Philippine, what did they
Philippine.
call?
No name.
No
of the
name.
island. And you see the Chinatown. You see the biggest Chinatown. You see the condiment yan, Chinese.
Chinese. Chomai, chomai. Mushi, mushi.
Japanese.
Oh, yeah.
Mushi, mushi. Japanese.
Sorry. Riders. And we on the horse.
Across the river, Binondo, ma'am. Hindi mo, atin pa puro tayo.
Ay, ay, ay.
The American Hospital. Before, during the American period.
American Outpatient Clinic. Did they kill Jose Rizal dito somewhere? Where did they shoot him?
Rizal Park.
Oh.
In Bagong Bayan, the village of the Filipino. Only the Spanish here. The Filipino is outside. And this is Fort Santiago. This is where Jose Rizal in prison 4 months before execution. Fort Santiago is the military camp, the camp of the Spanish soldier. Hindi po, nadaanan lang po natin. Mamaya ito puntahan nyo.
Oh, going fast.
Because he's against the Spanish.
Right.
He did not like the rule of the Spanish.
The Filipinos didn't try to save him?
Yeah. After he was executed, we got our independence for 2 years. The revolution started.
All right.
Yeah. That's his Fort Santiago.
Oo, yung mga heroes.
Diyan siya kinulong, ma'am. Oh,
So they resolved
in prison. Yeah, 4 months. But in Dapitan, 4 years.
Fort Santiago.
But during American period, they call this the Philippine Division U.S. Army is here. That's why the ruins over there is the first U.S. Embassy.
Oh, you gotta pay.
No, today is no pay. Because it's a Manila Day.
Manila
Yeah, that's why. The Baluarte, no pay. Fort Santiago, no pay. It's all free now. Now we go to
Just for
Senegal.
today.
Yes, just for today.
Yeah.
Because
Good timing.
yes, up to 8 o'clock in the evening.
Yung yung Balueta.
Hanggang 5 lang po yun.
Pwede yun doon Pero mag-alasing ko na eh.
Eh, may event eh, pwede yun.
TFC.
May event. Ano siya ang teta eh.
Oh, si Atienza. Ito yun oh, ito yung Santiago Garden. Tignan nyo, yung big, yung watchtower, yung maze. Malaki yan, sir. Nakita yung bilog-bilog? Napapakayan sa port. Oh. Oy! Oy! Yes, sir. Pinakita ko lang. Here, oh, this is where Jose Rizal passed through this entrance going to execution. The entrance of the Governor General. Yeah, the entrance over there. You see the shoe print of Dr. Jose Rizal?
Asan?
Here. Here. Over there.
Oh my.
Oh. Hello. Bakit? Nasakay ako. Nasakay ako. Oh.
And a BMW.
Here.
Oh, in the black one.
And this is my Ferrari.
Oh,
Come on.
see?
See?
Right.
Ferrari.
Horsepower.
Yeah.
Strong.
Name is Rambo.
Rambo.
1 horsepower.
One horsepower. 1 horsepower, all you need.
How about the Lamborghini?
Lamborghini.
Oh. Let.
Break.
I see the Lamborghini, sir.
Lamborghini.
See the Memorare of Manila. 100,000 massacre during the Japanese
Oh, those are
occupation.
Filipino.
Only civilian.
Civilian.
And the Spanish house. They call it Barrio San Luis. 9 rich family lived that house before. 9 big houses, but now it's a hotel, restaurant, museum, almost wedding reception. That was been destroyed. Imelda Marcos sent the engineer and architect to Madrid so that they can copy the original architecture of the house. That's why if you look inside, you look like in Barcelona. And the oldest church, San Agustin, 1571. First, they built a wooden church. When the Chinese pirates attacked, burned. And start to build the stone church in 1587 and completely in 1606.
Okay.
There's a 2-bell tower destroyed by a strong earthquake in 1823. In 7 churches inside Intramuros, only San Agustin Church did not destroy because they put a big red cross at the top. The American plane see it looked like a hospital. That's why they skipped this church. And all the structure here totally collapsed. That's why this church already from the World Heritage Site of UNESCO. 447 years old. If you look inside, you will see the 18th century chandelier. In front of the altar is all made of silver and gold. And if you look up the ceiling, it looks like curved. But it's all flat. It's only paint. 2 Italian artists did that paint in 1875. Abelori and Pidella. It's a 3D inside.
Na yung kasalit.
The convent was destroyed. 141 prisoners of war died inside the priest and the seminary. Okay, you like the tour?
Yeah.
Bago na. Ayos, salamat. Very good, very good.
Hey.
Ay,